So what do we learn from that experiment there is that thinking of it is not enough. The thought of it is not enough. You thinking that you are good enough and saying all these affirmations is not enough. I feel like affirmations, we have to couple it with vision, feeling. That's why I love envisioning myself. I always think of like when I went to Dubai and I wanted to go skydiving, I would go to the bathroom and I would literally see myself falling from this airplane, and how was I gonna scream? How was I gonna feel? How was my heart gonna be fluttered? All these things. But not only did I think of it, not only did I feel it emotionally, not only did I envision it, not only did I do the actions to make it happen, and it happened. And literally when I look at the video of me skydiving, it looks exactly the same as I pictured it in the mirror. Crazy. To think that we have such power. And even from that experiment of unwinding and winding the DNA, imagine when we focus on ourselves and the power that we have into our own body, our own DNA. We have power to heal. We have power to heal anything, whether it's physical, depression, anxiety, anything. But we truly have to believe and we truly have to be aligned in what we're thinking. Hello, beautifuls. My name is Giselle, co-host of the Strong Sunflowers podcast and founder and CEO of The Create app. And I've created specifically for content creators. So if you have a wedding, an event, a baby shower, a business, and you need someone to get content of you, you can go on the app and find local content creators in your area. I'm so excited for this project. Lots of work to do on this project, but you know what? Make sure you follow us on Instagram. The link will be there so you can sign up for our wait list. But oh my gosh. So I decided to do a book club. Yes, a book club. And I was gonna do it in person with like my friends, but to be honest, some of my friends are not about that life. So I'm gonna come to the internet, because the internet be about that, okay? We're gonna find our tribe, we're gonna find our people. Anywho, so the book that I'm reading, I started reading this on my 29th birthday, and I got like till page like maybe 30, 40, forgot about it. Baby, we are in almost June. I haven't read a book all year long. Like the other day I was thinking, I was like, did I just waste the last year in my 20s? Because I feel like I have done nothing. Nada. Simple. Anywho, this is the book that we're reading. Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself, How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One. Very specifically. Because sometimes I feel like I'm just losing my mind. But baby, let's create a new one. Okay? But that's the book club. If you want to get it, order it now. Amazon, baby. 10 out of 10. Joe Dispenza, 10 out of 10. But let's get into it. Mind you, these are gonna be videos done based on like how many pages I've read. So this is literally the first 20 pages and mind blown, but let's get into it. So a little background about myself. I have a bachelor's in biology. So I am not new to physics or quantum physics. So it makes a little more sense to me. If you have no idea about quantum physics or physics in general, I'm gonna try to break it down for you, okay? So back in the day with Isaac Newton, we go all the way back. Remember the guy with the apple and it fell, and then he's like, oh my gosh, gravity. So basically he believed that matter and energy were two separate things. And he believed that the world, the universe itself was predictable. Now we know that's not the case. He believed that things could be predictable, such as gravity, velocity, speed, you know, all those questions that you had in physics. What's the velocity of the ball? I still to this day have no idea. No idea. Also, Newton brought us some amazing laws that are still effective today, such as law number 1, an object in motion will stay in motion unless otherwise acted upon. And then we have Newton's second law, which states the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the force acted on the object, which can be seen mathematically as F equals ma. M stands for mass, A stands for acceleration, and F stands for force. And law number 3, for every action, there's an equal reaction. So according to Newton, the world is created by solid matter. Again, I'm matter. You can touch me. This camera is matter. My computer is matter. This book is matter. This book is created of matter. But what if it was always matter, never mind? Always mind, never matter. A puzzle. Newton's idea of how the world was working could only be used in the real world. But when we try to apply it to our human minds, it's crazy because our human mind is not predictable. It's far from predictable. But it wasn't until the grand, mind you, now I'm kind of understanding why people like love Albert Einstein so much. Like I'm getting the hype. I'm getting the hype. It's coming to me. So it wasn't until Albert Einstein discovered E equals mc squared, with E being energy equaling m, which is mass, c, which is the speed of light, squared. And this is where we finally find out that energy equals matter. I am energy. Every object, everything, living or non-living, has energy. So now when we talk about ourselves as being energy, let's go back to science class. I know we all took that science class with the little diagrams. We know that matter is atoms. Matter is created of atoms. These are the particles. The particles in the atom are both energies and particles. Yeah, let's take it back to science class. You still with me? Okay, so atoms are created from electrons, protons, and neutrons. Neutrons are equal to the protons, and the electrons barely have any weight because they're electrons, aka electricity, aka energy. Therefore, ourselves are not only created by matter, but we're created by energy. Leading us to discover quantum physics. So this is where quantum physics come, and I don't know too much about quantum physics, like the legit stuff. I just memorized what I was taught in school, but I never really understood physics, and I was never really good at it because it was very abstract for me, and I didn't have a good teacher, I believe. But this stuff, it makes it so much easier to see it in the real world and how it works. So because of the location of the electrons going around the nucleus of the atom, which is going to be made up of protons and neutrons, is random. There's an infinite possibilities of where the electron might be. And if you know a little bit of quantum physics, that's when you also learn about the exciting. So exciting the electrons, and then they move energetically, fields, and they bring down. And this is exactly what happens in fireworks. That's why we see the light. That's the electrons jumping from electrical fields, which it's pretty cool. So page 14 states, what quantum physicists discovered was the person observing or measuring the tiny particles that make up atoms affect the behavior of the energy and matter. Quantum experiments demonstrated that electrons exist simultaneously in an infinite array of possibilities or probabilities in an invisible field of energy. But only when an observer focuses attention on any location of any one electron does that electron appear. In other words, a particle cannot manifest its reality. That is, ordinary space-time as we know it, until we observe it. How crazy it is to know that. So the electrons do not appear until you focus on this particular area in time and space and say, hey, there's an electron there, and then it appears. Mind blown, right? So now we bring it back to ourselves, right? We dig deeper into our state of being, our state of mind. Our thoughts and feelings produce test tube results. There was an experiment done in the book, and it talked about the power that we have with our thoughts and feelings, okay? And the power of them being together. So the experiment was that they got DNA in a test tube and asked the subjects to do these three things. So then you had these individuals hold a test tube containing human DNA. The first person was only said to think positive thoughts, think beautiful thoughts, think affirmations, the way that we say it, I am beautiful, I'm gorgeous, all these things, I am enough. Say those affirmations to the test tube. The second person was asked to have feelings and emotions. Feelings of emotions, not just thoughts, but have the feelings and emotions and put that in the test tube, but only the feelings. So think of the feeling of joy and feel it in your heart and put it on the test tube. Both of those subjects had no difference in the DNA, mind you, no difference. But when the subjects were told to not only think and align with what they're thinking of, which is joy, peace, love, but also have the feeling that comes with all of that, and then put it on the test tube, baby, DNA was unwinding and winding back together. There was a change in the DNA. That's crazy. Talk about moving mountains, right? We are literally changing molecularly. Unwinding DNA, that's wild. Only when the subjects had heightened emotion and aligned their thoughts to what they were trying to accomplish was there a prominent change in the DNA. So what do we learn from that experiment there is that thinking of it is not enough. The thought of it is not enough. You thinking that you are good enough and saying all these affirmations is not enough. I feel like affirmations, we have to couple it with vision, feeling. That's why I love envisioning myself I always think of like when I went to Dubai and I wanted to go skydiving, I would go to the bathroom and I would literally see myself falling from this airplane. And how was I gonna scream? How was I gonna feel? How was my heart gonna be fluttered? All these things. But not only did I think of it, not only did I feel it emotionally, not only did I envision it, not only did I do the actions to make it happen, and it happened. And literally when I look at the video of me skydiving, it looks exactly the same as I pictured it in the mirror. Crazy to think that we have such power. And even from that experiment of unwinding and winding the DNA, imagine when we focus on ourselves and the power that we have into our own body, our own DNA. We have power to heal. We have power to heal anything, whether it's physical, depression, anxiety, anything. But we truly have to believe and we truly have to be aligned in what we're thinking. But that was all in page 1 to 20. Literally, I've only read 20 pages of the book, and this book is what? 300 pages. 300 pages. So there's gonna be lots of videos, but if you like this video and this style of book review in a sense, like doing this little book club, I'm gonna read 20 more pages, make another video of those 20 to 40 pages, and just comment below if you like this, what you learned. Are you joining my little book club? Are you getting the book? I love you guys, and I'll catch you on this video right here. Part 2, I guess. Oh crap, I almost forgot. Ciao.